Hey, I'm Tron and this is Word, the Bible summarized one chapter a day. Today the focus is Genesis chapter 36 with 43 verses. The very beginning verse summarizes the entire chapter perfectly. This is the account of the descendants of Esau, also known as Edom. We follow Esau's line for a few generations where he and his family ends up and what the nation that follows becomes. We have been introduced to Jacob's twin brother in previous chapters, but now we get a little more to go on. Esau is married to 3 wives, which I will get back to, and has 5 sons with him: Eliphaz, Reuel, Joash, Jalem, and Korah. While Jacob left, he has built up a small fortune himself, but upon his return is wanting to move away. Verses 7 and 8 describe it like this: There's not enough land to support them both, because of all the livestock and possessions they had acquired. So Esau, also known as Edom, settled in the hill country of Seir. Here starts the nation of Edomites. There will be chieftains, rulers, and kings in Esau's gene pool, who he intertwined with through marriage and that came from him in the region of Seir. We discovered, for instance, that Esau's father-in-law discovered some hot springs in the desert while he was feeding his dad's Zibeon's donkeys. Lots of names to follow, but one of the more interesting parts can be discovered in verse 2 and 3, when we take a closer look at Esau's wives. Esau married 2 young women from Canaan, Adah, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Aholibamah, the daughter of Anah and granddaughter of Zibeon the Hivite. He also married his cousin Basemath, who was the daughter of Ishmael and the sister of Nebaioth. At a first glance, it looks like a normal statement leading up to the listing of the sons of Esau and a follow-through on the exploration of his immediate descendants. But wait, there's more. If you can recall, we've seen Esau's marriages described in earlier chapters of Genesis. The names given for his wives are different than what is given in Genesis 26:34 and Genesis 28:9. At the age of 40, Esau married 2 Hittite women, Judith, the daughter of Beeri, and Basemath, the daughter of Elon. So he went to Ishmael, son of Abraham, and married his daughter Mahalath, who was the sister of Nebaioth. How can this be? Is the Bible mistaken? Or is there more to it than what meets the eye? There have been many theories throughout the ages about this. Some think Esau had from 4 to 6 wives. Some think one Hittite wife died and her sister replaced her in marriage. Others think that only the wives mentioned in Genesis 36 bore children, leaving it open for other barren wives omitted from the narrative. And others believe that the 3 wives went through a name change, but debate which are the originals and what came later on. Well, I do think there are times the Bible appears less concerned with giving all the details about every circumstance than to follow the broad strokes of God's hand in history and in the story of his people. It is not wrong or misleading. There's usually a coherent and uncomplicated logic behind both what is explicit and what is implicit in the text. In this case, we know Esau was later known as Edom. He came from a culture where name change was common. If life changed drastically in marriage, association, alliance, ownership, status, relocation, or language, names switched or permanent aliases were used to denote the change. Popes and kings still do this. Esau chose to marry his cousin Basemath to try to make things up to his parents when he learned of their strong displeasure with his Hittite wives. One of his wives were already named Basemath, so his new name for his new wife would be Mahalath. Later, maybe in an effort for his parents' approval and to show a new image for his family, he renamed his Canaan wives as well. Judith to the name Aholibamah, and the original Basemath to the name Adah. Differences in the parentage of Aholibamah could be attributed to something similar to make her lineage appear more acceptable to Isaac. Whether Edom was absolved or not, I can only guess, and likely the new names for his new wives stuck. But our attention will now shift towards another budding nation, that of Edom's brother Israel. There are 12 tribes in the making, but before they became a people, they were all brothers. The one that will not give a name to a tribe, Joseph, is spoiled by father Jacob. He is also a boasting dreamer, and his brothers rage with jealousy. They want the daddy's favorite son dead or gone. Anything, just out of their faces. And that will be in Genesis 37 tomorrow. Until then, word.